What's up, guys? Blake here again with Bow Archery Trophy Ridge Pro Staff. Just wanted to get you a quick video on the React Pro 7. So it's a 7-pin sight. As you can see, it's got 4 mounting positions, and I try to mount it out as far as I possibly can because I've got a short draw length at 26.5 inches, so I need every bit of the length out there I can. But it's got, you know, the rheostat light. Most all Trophy Ridge sights have that. Super easy to adjust. So the 20-yard pin, it stays fixed, and you can adjust every, I'm not going to touch it, but you can adjust every other pin with this little dial here, and the rest of the pins move up and down. So all you have to do is zero the 20 and 30-yard pin, but I really like to confirm at 40 and 50, and then every distance beyond that will be set. So it's got this sight ring here to help bring in some light to your fiber optics. The fiber optics on this side are pretty great. It seems to draw in light pretty well. I never have to turn on the light myself, but some other people may have some issues with that. At first, I'm used to shooting, you know, the sights with 2 or 1 pin or 3 pins with Trophy Ridge. You know, I really like their React Trio Pro. So I was a little hesitant on this sight with, you know, having 7 pins, but it's really not that bad since they have the green pins and the red pins here. Kind of helps you to differentiate the yardages. So for me, it actually ended up not being too bad. So I'm taking this sight out to hunt some bear and deer this year, and we'll see how it goes. But so far at the range, I mean, it's been a, you know, amazing sight. I was really hesitant at first, like I said, but it worked out perfect for me. So no issues with it whatsoever. Trophy Ridge always has they've always made great sights, so I can't ever be, you know, upset at what I get. But all right, guys, let me know what you think about them. If you've got any questions, please comment and let me know what they are.
Hey guys, I'm Sam with Fall Obsession. I'm at the bow sight that I'm running this year. I'm shooting the CBE Engage Hybrid. This is an absolutely awesome sight. I shot it last year and then again this year. So I want to give you guys my thoughts on what makes this my sight of choice. First off, for me, it's about durability. I put these things through the ringer. Last year up in Montana, we had 6 days of spot and stock pronghorn. This thing got drugged through the dirt, the mud, the weeds, the snow, all sorts of different conditions. It got beat up, and yet the adjustments held. It never once got knocked off. It was tried and true the entire time, and that says something to me. If it can hold up in those conditions and under that kind of stress, which it absolutely did. It's a metal design, very durable. Like I said, the adjustments hold. Very thick pins. It's a very well designed sight, designed for the bow hunter who is active and out there moving around. Next for me is going to be the adjustability of this sight and being able to specifically customize this sight to me and how I shoot my bow. So the CBE Engage Hybrid offers the dovetail system, which is basically this bar right here that allows you to place the sight farther away from your bow or closer to, however you prefer, whatever's best for you. It also has the 2nd and 3rd axis adjustments so that you can adjust your sight for when you're shooting at elevated angles. Again, it's just a tuning mechanism that allows you guys to specifically, it also has the micro adjustment capabilities for when you're sighting in. So as you know, when you sight in your bow, your first adjustment, which is normally 20 yards, is going to be moving the entire housing. So you have micro adjustment capabilities so that you can sight in without even using an Allen key or anything and really fine tune that into exactly where it needs to be. Very small movements. The only thing that you would need an Allen screw for sighting this thing in are your individual pins. Those will take an Allen screw, but everything else is adjustable based on just locks and knobs on the sight itself. I can't forget about your sight tape, which is what you use for long range shooting. So the particular sight that I have set up is a 5-pin sight. So I have it sighted in, fixed pins for 20 through 60 yards. I put my sight tape on 60. I know that bottom pin is on 60. The second that I turn this thing and start adjusting that on down to 70, 80, 90, 100, that is what my bottom pin is at that point. So that sight tape allows me to really stretch out my distance for those long range western shots on elk, mule deer, like I said, pronghorn. Similar concepts to this, or this exact same sight for that matter, with a 3-pin sight. It's probably the most popular. Thanks guys.
And this is a CBE tactic sight. CBE Archery produce, part of the company that produces, they also produce hybrid sights where you can adjust the movement up and down with a knob, sort of like a target sight. So let's have a look at this. These sights are very, very popular for me. Basically I sell out of them all the time. So the first thing with these sights is the packaging is excellent for a shop. So if you're a store and you're stocking sights, these sights display really, really well on the shelf. In all my time of selling them, I haven't had any returned. So that's a good positive feature of the sight. Now with the basic, this is the basic sight here. The yellow ring, so there are a metal pin here with fiber optics wrapped onto the back. The sight here is clear, so the fiber optics are wrapped in a clear housing to allow more light in. So right now it's kind of in the afternoon, and you can probably see the pins are still quite bright. So, toolless adjustment on the side here to adjust it. Now with the 5-pin version, it is micro adjustable, and these are so tight I can't adjust them with my hands. Oh, I can move up and down. Maybe I think I need an Allen key to do this one. The option for a sight light, the 5-pin version comes with the sight light. So if I was going to buy one, I'd buy the 5-pin version because it's a little bit more expensive, but it is micro adjustable and it does come with a sight light. Not that I use for your quivers. So if you're going to use a bolt-on quiver, they bolt onto the last 2 holes here. But a very nice, sturdy. The outside here is plastic, but the rest of the sight is metal. Very well made sight. $95 kind of puts it well in the price point in the marketplace. It's really competing against your Chinese sort of sights, and it's very, very durable. I think it's a great quality sight.
Welcome to another edition, ladies and gentlemen. Let's unbox this bad boy, because this is what it is. The TRUGLO Archer's Choice Range Rover Pro Duo bows. And that's amazing. I like that idea. So, and most of the tapes will actually allow you to reach out to 100 yards. Now, does anybody really need to shoot 100 yards? Heck yeah. Everybody gets to shoot 100 yards with a bow if you can, just at targets, not at animals. And that's a whole nother ball game. We'll talk about that later. I will go into a rant on that one and I'll whoop somebody's butt. But anyway, just saying, it's heavy because it's made out of metal. So I mean, that's a good thing. It's durable. And you know, people sit there and whine and cry and say that it's too loose. I don't hear any rattling except for it rattling in my hands. Idiots. Anyway, like I said, yeah. Cool thing is they got a bracket right here. You can take this off. This is for your quiver. Pretty slick. And it's modified now. And actually you can actually use it to mount. If you need a little spacers for certain bows, this thing will do it for you. Okay. Now, this is the sample tape. You can actually use this to kind of get your markers, or they give you clear tapes that you can put that on there and you can mark your distances and all that stuff. And yeah, I'm going to leave that on there and I'm going to use that as a referencing tool. Okay. So anyway, then it's got this little locking knob right here. You lock it into place when you're traveling and stuff so it doesn't jack it up, but you can loosen it and leave it loose while you're hunting because, you know, you're only one shot and it's not going to mess you up. Now, the cool thing is, again, let's zoom in here. It goes up, all the way up. All right, sight tapes go all the way up. And then what happens is here, thank you for watching.
Today with the TRUGLO 7-pin Hyperstrike sight. If you have a 5-pin sight, it's pretty much the same principle involved. We're going to be putting this through its paces. Been shooting this for about 10 months now, 8 to 10 months now, and really enjoying this this sight.
So anyways, it also has a light. That's one thing I didn't mention yet. The light has a three brightness, if you will, setting. So when you roll it once, roll it a quarter of the way, that's actually the smallest brightness, or the dimmest, if you will. And then you have a middle setting, and then a bright setting is a third one, and then back around is to turn it off. I really like about this sight is that it's all toolless. Was higher diameter, just so you can have more adjustment. Also, one, I guess, negative might be this is kind of old school. You can see it has the adjustments for each individual pin sight. A lot of people say, well, hey, why don't you just buy the Trophy Ridge React? No, I don't want to pay $250 for a sight where you basically sight in, I think, the 20 or the 30 yard pin, and then the rest play out mathematically. If it had adjustments like a toolless adjustment here, it would beat the Trophy Ridge Hitman 7 is the other sight that I have. It would beat it hands down, except for the housing. But the width of the housing is not wide enough. But if it had those two issues, man, it would be a 5-star for sure. But this is still old school. If they had some dials here that you could dial those in, that would be really cool. But for around $100, not a bad sight.